Greetings in the name of Yahuwah and His Son Yahusha Mashiach. My name is Malak Shalomo. Shabbat Shalom to everyone. And today is the 7th of September 2024. It's 6:11 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm going to do a trade, a little technical analysis using the Wyckoff theory for Bitcoin. Right? So this is right here is Bitcoin on the monthly chart. And let me just break down how I'm putting these Wyckoff levels together. So let me just show the whole chart, right? So that's the monthly chart. See, we started off down here at roughly 1200, around 1500, broke out, topped out here at 19891, and had this little consolidation here, little accumulation structure. Then we broke out, right? So this right here, I'm labeling this whole entire structure right here, I'm labeling it according to the distribution phase of the Wyckoff theory, right? So firstly, we're gonna come here to, let's see, what month was this? This was the 1st of February 2021, right? So the high of that month was 58,367. So I'll label that the preliminary supply, right? So that's the preliminary supply level right there, highlighting it, right? So after that, we got this right here, the high of 64,899. That's on the 1st of April 2021. So that's our buying climax, right? So after the buying climax, we're going to come down here to the 1st of June. Well, actually just June, because it's not giving me any details. So in June 2021, this is going to be a low actually of 28,000. So this is the automatic reaction here, right? So after the buying climax, let me just point this out. That's the preliminary supply. That's the buying climax. We're coming down here to make the low, which is the automatic reaction. And then we're coming up here to, let's see, in November 2021, the high right here is going to be the uptrust, right? So that's going to be 69,000. So 69,000 for the uptrust. That's that purple line right there, right? So that's the uptrust. So after the uptrust, we're supposed to get something like what is it? Minor sign of weakness. My bad. So after that, we're supposed to get something like a minor sign of weakness, which is basically gonna break down the level of the automatic reaction, right? So we had that breakdown. After the uptrust, we had that breakdown distributed down here. We broke the level of the automatic reaction. That's the first selling level we got, and we got support, broke that level, and we came down here and we created the minor sign of weakness, right? That's at 15,460. So after that, we pushed up here to create, let's see, right, we're going to push up to this level here to create the all-time high, which is actually the uptrust after distribution, right? So that's going to be 73,835. That's the high right there, 73,835, creating the uptrust action after distribution, right? So after that, in the theory, we're supposed to start distributing after we get this uptrust action, right? Now, what's supposed to happen for this? Let's see here. What's supposed to happen is we're supposed to get something like a pattern like this, where it's volatile, right? Up here, the uptrust after distribution, we get these tests. right? So this one is labeled a test. So I'll label this one a test because it went pretty deep in the wick, right? Let me just open that up a little bit. Right, so this wick right here came really deep. It came almost to the secondary stop, the secondary test on a monthly, right? So I used this one here, the top of this, which is 70,000 as the first test, right? This one is the second test because we got a big dip down there, a big wick, buying wick to test again. When the test came up, we tested 65,593. So now the distribution is, as you see, it's still stepping down, right? So they're getting less prices as the suppliers push up, right? Because they're distributing and they're selling at these levels. So the heavy selling would cause price to wick out to the top, and every time it comes up, they get lower and lower prices, right? So this is the uptrust level. So they're basically testing just above the uptrust level, not getting to the uptrust after distribution, right? So I use these deep wicks here, the top of these candles as the uptrust, I mean the test, right? So this is going to be some stair stepping action coming down here until we finally break below this secondary test level, right? So this secondary test level here, we're supposed to get like a nice little flush through coming down to this level, but we're gonna start to get that not as volatile as this, but it's basically a dip, a retracement, dip, retracement. So let me just kind of draw that out. Right, so you're supposed to start to get this kind of action, right? Shallow pullbacks, dips, shallow pullbacks, and dips, right? So right now I'm looking out for that kind of price action to further confirm the distribution in Bitcoin. Now, a lot of people are very bullish on Bitcoin because we're actually at this level here, which is, it's in the range of the all-time high, which is the uptrust after distribution. That's at 73,835, right? Current price is now at 53,910. So people are still hopeful, and this is how the distribution and how the market makers actually play this, right? People are still hopeful that this is going to be bullish from this level, and we're supposed to get like some kind of bias here, right? Or maybe like a shakeout and then take us back up, right? Now, I'm looking at it as a distributive structure, which may or may not be, right? So what I'm looking for now is the price action to ensue where it's going to support that kind of theory that we're distributing, right? And this is supposed to be the price action. And once we break this minus sign of weakness at 15,460, we're supposed to get like a major flush down, right? Now, as you can see, these prices here are pretty low. It's like 12,000, 8,000, 4,000. Now, maybe it'll get to that level. I don't think people are actually looking for that to be a price action destination at all. I think people are looking for Bitcoin to probably just range, right? And they probably just look at this as like a range, right? And we should just churn between these levels here until we finally start making lower highs and probably break out. So this might be like a conservative bullish kind of thesis for someone who's long or who wants Bitcoin to like break the highs, right? So they mightn't be as enthusiastic here for, let's see, around this level here for buys. They might be looking at it as there is distribution, but they might be looking at it as a range. So they'll be buying down at these levels for sure, right? So around the 28,000 level, people are going to try and load up around this level here. And this is very feasible. If you could just look at this uptrust action to tell as well that its distribution is to look at the size and the fluidity of the selling candles, right? Compared to the buying candles, right? We have a doji here, and these selling candles are piercing lower. Now this one here has to what date is it again? It's the 7th, right? So the month has just begun, and we already have a nice little range here within this price candle here. Right, let's just make that bigger again. Right, so this candle already has nice range, and it's only 7 days in, right? So this candle could potentially turn into something like this over this month's time, right? So this is the biggest challenger right now for the bullish thesis within this little price action right here, right? So once we get something similar to this, it's definitely going to be overwhelming into the sellers' favor, because the sellers are now proving themselves to be stronger than the buyers, more fluid candles to the downside. And this bullish candle here has to get a match or something, even, just to cover the range of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a reply. This is the bullish what could I say, the bullish target, or the bullish range of this candle. These are the attempts from the bulls to push up and break out, and this is going to be the reply, right? So they've been selling, distributing, taking profit, and this candle here in September should be the reply, or one of, like, maybe September and October, to cover the range of this candle, right? So as I said before, though, this might have like some breaks, retests. Like, let me just draw that again. So you should have price action, something like this: shallow retest, break, shallow retest, break. Right. So I'm looking out for this kind of price action. And I sold like I don't really have much Bitcoin. I just sold all of my Bitcoin because I'm anticipating lower prices. So I'm looking forward to probably start buying around these levels, and I'm probably gonna wait for like the real shake to come down to like possibly even 12,000, 10,000 to actually really become a buyer, right? And this could take a whole year, you know what I'm saying? Because these are monthly candles. So this could take a whole year, it could take a year and a half. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. This distribution started in 2021, right? Right now it's 4 years later, 2024. So you see where we're up here, and this could take some time to come down to this level. But what we're gonna see is basically the development of like a bear market in Bitcoin. And the reason for this is I believe that the institutions want to gather as much Bitcoin as possible, and to shake those Bitcoins or coins out of your wallet, they have to bring these prices lower. So let's say you caught this run here and you bought Bitcoin at 30,000, right? So right now you're really up. I mean, you were really up here at 70. Maybe you sold some in the distribution here just to be safe. But when we start coming back down to your break-even points, how much pain are you gonna withstand? How much retracement are you gonna withstand, given because you're basically giving back profit, right? So how much of that are you gonna give back? To me, I'm just basing it off of the Wyckoff theory and market structure. There is no need for me to hold this, right? Because I think my entry was somewhere around 50, 52 or something like that, right? So I was kind of just running off the momentum. But to really like accumulate Bitcoin just to hold, I will probably wanna start buying around these levels here, right? Or even lower, below 15,000. and that might take probably maybe a couple years, a year and a half, could be more. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna start seeing a bear market in Bitcoin. That's my humble opinion, just off of the distributive structure of this price action here since 2021, right? So yeah, that's my little analysis right there on Bitcoin. Let me see. Let me go down. This is the monthly chart. Let's go down to the weekly. And each time frame has its own structure, right? Because there's distributions within distributions within distributions, right? So it's like what they call it, the Russian dolls, is bigger operations going on within bigger time frames. Now, when you come down to this level here on the weekly, you can see that this is an independent distribution of itself, right? So the bigger time frame, we have our monthly distribution. This right here is a weekly distribution. You could have this as the, let's see here. That's the preliminary supply, buying climax, automatic reaction, um, secondary test. You're gonna get the minor sign of weakness, right? You're gonna get some uptrust right here, or you could call these tests as well. But as you can see here, this is kind of like, let's see, let's start over here. 1 second, right? So let's say this is the preliminary supply, buying climax, automatic reaction, secondary test, minor sign of weakness, uptrust, right? Uptrust. Then we get another minor sign of weakness here. We get uptrust after distribution. Then we start getting this this here. Let's see, what would we call this? Well, these are like these here coming up here is lowest points of supply, right? So after this here, you would probably label this as well. This is a minor sign of weakness as well. And when you come back up here, this is the lowest point of supply. So this right here is going to be lowest point of supply as well. So in this distribution phase, we're almost ready to start flushing down here, which is going to be a break of the ice, right? That's what they call it. Like when you start breaking down from the automatic reaction, which is this level here. Right? So when you start breaking those levels, we're breaking the ice and we're breaking down minor sign of weakness levels, like this level right here, right? And let me just use some different just for clarity. Right? So automatic reaction, minor sign of weakness, another minor sign of weakness, right? And let's see here. And this is now going to be first lowest point of supply, right? So this is another lowest point of supply right here. And now we're supposed to start getting some flush downs here, and we're going to get something like I was explaining. It's going to be stop runs when you get that big flush out, because you could imagine there's a bunch of stops in this area here, right? So you're going to start getting these lowest, which is going to be another lowest point of supply, flush down, lowest point of supply, right? And that's how that's probably going to start playing out. Now, I don't know for sure. It could bounce. It could just be like a shakeout from here, right? Because markets are unpredictable, and if they see too many people knowing what kind of trade is happening, that means too many participants are on one side of the trade, and they're gonna have to take the other side just to shake people out. So you probably might get like a shakeout here. Maybe a big buyer might try to step in at this level here. Consider this a shakeout. Get like a double bottom and try and shoot for another break right above the uptrust. So This doesn't necessarily have to be the last uptrust. It depends on how the market makers are playing the game, right? And how participants are either staying in their positions or giving up their coins. And the game of this is to get the most coins. I think from institutions want to get as much coins from private citizens and other holders as much as they could, right? Because probably in the future to control Bitcoin, you're gonna just have to have the most Bitcoin, right? Because you can't really control Bitcoin like how you control fiat currency, right? Because it's under a certain code and stuff. But to have the most Bitcoin is to control Bitcoin, right? So I think that's the institution's game. They're gonna distribute, probably take you down to a level where it's like it's financially not wise to hold Bitcoin. If you enter that, let's say 30,000 and you got up to 70,000, all of this price action here, you're not selling, right? You can see it's distributed. They start running stops and we start running down to like your entry point break even. How much of that gain are you gonna actually give back, right? So that's what I think the game is about to be played right there. I think that's the game that's going to be played. So let's see, this is the daily chart. See, we have that spike down with the sellers. Shakeout right there, minus sign of weakness. Came back here. And this is like a little uh closer look of like the last leg of the distribution where you're gonna get these lower points of supplies and it's gonna be volatile moving down. You know what I'm saying? Until it starts breaking these levels. And once you break this level here, like the secondary test, you're gonna get these flushes, right? Big flushes coming down, right? So that's why I'm anticipating this kind of short trade. So let's see here. We have news coming up. What is this? Okay. All right. Core inflation, 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 inflation. All right. Cool. So maybe around you can see here these are good tools for the market makers. When is this? Let's see, it's the 11th, right? When next week, Wednesday. So you can start seeing some big selling coming in here when this news event starts hitting, right? So probably they'll use this as a catalyst. Let's see, what is this here? Um, all right, so that's just a little bit of Bitcoin news, and again, they use news and like, let's see, these rumors basically, or little news to kind of show what their intention is, or to kind of mislead people into buying when they should sell and sell when they should buy, right? So here's why Bitcoin price crashed below 54,000. So, right, so he sold 89 million in Bitcoin. All right, so this is bullish news here for El Salvador. Celebrates 3 years of Bitcoin adoption. So it depends on how you're looking at this. If you look at this as that's a good thing, then you'll probably still be bullish and want to buy at these levels here at 49,000 when it drops below 50. This guy here, he's definitely selling out. Maybe you might want to follow him. Maybe that's an encouragement to follow this guy here, Mike Novogratz. Galaxy Digital. Okay, so 89 million in Bitcoin. All right, sold that. So I think for me personally, I think it's a wise decision for him to do this right now, right? Because if he was trying to hold through this distributive structure here around this level, it's best to just get out, even if it's a shakeout. At least you should probably get out, wait till the shake happens for you to see it's actually breaking back up to be like a reaccumulation for a breakout to the top. But why hold here now? That's really looking risky to me. Like the probability of this sustaining this level here, just knowing that there's a bunch of stops in this 44,000 area, doesn't seem very wise to me. But you know, this is not trading advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so definitely do what you want to do with your money. Don't listen to me. So that's what I'm thinking here on Bitcoin, using the Wyckoff theory to kind of break down whether we're in a reaccumulation or distribution. I'm leaning towards a distribution structure, and yeah, that's my analysis for today. All right, y'all. So it's Malak Shalomo. Y'all trade safe and stay blessed.